was not a Kuma.
All right, everyone, drill.
Get out. Stop it. Enough talk.
Hasta la vista, baby. Let's go run about hard times. For life, the Rock and Cody Rhodes. Hard times does this. Here's what happens when you fuck with the
PG, brother.
And now setting up the table. Oh, no. Go help him, man. Oh, no. You busted a few tables in your day. Absolutely. Oh, no. No pitfalls, no slips, no countouts, no disqualifications. Been a long night. I'd say.
Why must I be so hard? Why must I fail in every attempt to catch the drink?
You still champion this. Pick up the graphic and my one of them.
That's it. Big smile. Everybody's happy.
Reese seems to be the pure definition of what is a people pleaser.
Well, let me tell you right now. Anybody need motivating is Malik and Blade.
Malik and Blade's the same guy. It's Idris. It's Malik and Idris. Back to the action.
I don't even know that.
Oops. Is it the quiet part loud and the loud part quiet? Where is that referee? He was trying to fuck on me.
Finish things.
Here is your winner. It's in the game. Because I certainly think we...
What I expected.
I have to finish the story. I beat you at WrestleMania.
One eternity later.
Finish the fucking story. I've seen some pretty horrible things in my life. But this is just sick. Roll it.
Nick Wayne, kill switch, Mama Wayne.
So it's WrestleMania 40, and Jey Uso has finally defeated Jimmy. And hoping to put all this bad blood behind them, Jey goes to hug his brother. But with Jimmy not being able to accept losing to his little brother, he declines the hug and walks away. Now it's the Friday after, and The Rock shows up pissed at the entire bloodline. But with Jimmy still looking to crack the Joker 2 to ease the tension, The Rock is not having it, and he orders Solo to attack Jimmy, kicking him out of the bloodline. And so it's months later, and Jimmy gets drafted to Raw, looking to make a name for himself with no bloodline by his side. But with Gunther as the IC champion, and Drew McIntyre as the World Heavyweight Champion, holding a singles title on Raw is close to impossible for Jimmy. So with Jimmy realizing that if he wants to hold gold, he's gonna have to find a way to reconcile with his brother. So Jimmy calls out Jey, but before he gets the chance to say anything, he proposes one more match between the two of them at SummerSlam. But this time it's an unsanctioned match, because it's no longer just about wins and losses. This time around it's about whether or not Jimmy is at the same level as Jey. And he proves it by evening the score and getting a win over Jey. And after it's all said and done, Jimmy and Jey finally hug it out. Here's how I book it.
Let's get it. Yeah.
Everyone in wrestling has a story, from the biggest megastar to the lowest on the card, the wrestlers, the referees, the announcers, everyone in between. No two stories are exactly the same, but right now in wrestling, nobody's story has been more closely read than that of the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Cody's return to WWE and his meteoric rise to superstardom has been one of the coolest things to witness as of late. It's a small part of a larger odyssey that involved him leaving WWE, has contained its fair share of twists and turns, and in just a few days could reach a very satisfying conclusion. Man, I hope I didn't jinx it just now. 2 weeks ago, I looked at the story of Dusty Rhodes and the World Wrestling Federation, a story where the hero makes the best of a bad situation, though still walks away empty-handed. But what happens when the next generation steps up? This week, we look at the first act of a story fans have been dying to see finished since 2023. Cody...
You went, I need to get clean. Christmas was coming up, and every year my daughter always wrote her Christmas list to Santa. And in her list, one of the only things on her list was that she wanted Daddy to stop. And then my grandmother wrote me a letter. And my grandmother has always been like a savior of mine in my life. And she showed me that there was more to life than just like trauma and a lot of the bull that I was going through. Seeing that I was like causing her pain, especially after my dad had passed away. You know, when you're an addict, you think you're just hurting yourself. I mean, you don't see the others around you that are hurting, you know.
Well, here you are on the other side of it. You should be really proud of yourself for that.
Absolutely.
I'd really like to see Roman retain his title at WrestleMania.
Okay. So let me give you my 2 cents on this here. For me, I would love to see Cody,
Sir.
finally finish the story, right? But when you look from a business standpoint, do we take it to just thinking about the one person, or do we think of?
So I'd really like to see.
For me, I would love to see Cody,
Sir.
finally finish the story, right? But when you look from a business standpoint, do we take it to just thinking about the one person, or do we think about what's going to continue to put asses in seats?
It's 15th anniversary episode. Look, I hate to keep making video game references here, but this deadass feels like a career mode storyline. The title run wasn't much to write home about, but it did give Cody more of that primetime exposure. Then in the spring of 2008,